Kentucky is we are the northernmost southern state, and we are a very easy part of a fly drive itinerary. We're less than an hour's flight from Atlanta, Chicago, Charlotte, Washington, D.C. We're less than a 45-minute drive from Nashville, so we're very centrally located. We actually border 7 states, including Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia. We know our international friends like to visit multiple states, so we're a great part of that, whether you're coming into Chicago and going out of New Orleans or out of Atlanta. Plenty of opportunities. We are known primarily as the bourbon capital of the world and the horse capital of the world. We make 95% of all the bourbon in the world. A lot of people think bourbon has to come from Kentucky. That's not true. It has to be made in America, but all the good bourbon comes from Kentucky. I'll just tell you that, 95%. But there are more than 65 distillery experiences that scattered throughout the Commonwealth that you can come in, sample, learn the history, and it's not just a big drinking party. It really is learning the stories about each distillery, how they're tied in with the other distilleries. It's really interesting. It's an important part of Kentucky's history as well. On the horse side, Lexington, Kentucky, which is really central in really the center heart of the state, is our second largest city. It has over 450 working horse farms. Probably the leading place in the world for thoroughbred breeding, sales. And now through Visit Horse Country, you can get behind-the-scenes tours of some of those farms. And Lexington is a very traditionally southern town. Great food, you can go to Keeneland Racetrack in April and October. A lot of opportunity there to get out, and Kentucky's also a very easy state to navigate. We're not a deep state going north to south, but we're a long state going east to west. So in our eastern part of the state, we have some beautiful mountains, hiking, world-class rock climbing at the Red River Gorge. As you move further east into central Kentucky, where the Lexington area is, you start getting into the rolling hills and bluegrass that Kentucky is known for. And then when you get to the western part of the state, massive lakes. We have 2 of the largest man-made lakes in the world, in Kentucky Lake and Lake Barkley. A lot of folks don't know that we have more moving water or navigable water, things that you can boat on, ski, swim, fish, whatever else, than any state except Alaska. And a lot of folks don't realize that about Kentucky. So we have one lake, Lake Cumberland, in our south central part of the state that actually has more shoreline than Florida. So it's over 1,200 miles of shoreline there, and I think Florida's 1,100 and something. Rich musical heritage in Kentucky. We are the birthplace of bluegrass music. That's why it's called bluegrass. We're the bluegrass state. Bill Monroe, who is the father of bluegrass music, was born in Rosine, Kentucky, in far western Kentucky near Owensboro. In Owensboro is the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum. But in the eastern part of the state is where country music stars like Loretta Lynn, who has been called the Queen of Country Music, was born. So there's a rich musical heritage. We have a lot of, especially over the summer and fall, a lot of outdoor music festivals ranging from bluegrass, the Romp Festival in Owensboro, rock and roll, Bourbon and Beyond in Louisville, or Forecastle Festival on the waterfront in Louisville, or Railbird in Lexington, to even heavy metal, Louder Than Life, which is one of the largest heavy metal. And then from the culinary side, Louisville a few years ago was named one of the top food cities in the U.S. Lexington was just named by Travel and Leisure one of the best cities to visit in 2022. A couple of tidbits about Kentucky. We are not just the birthplace of bourbon, but we are the birthplace of Abraham Lincoln, which people say is our greatest president. We have Mammoth Cave National Park. A lot of folks don't realize we have a national park, but it's the largest and longest charted cave system in the world, over 400 miles. You can get as dirty and with the helmet and everything as you want. That's not for me, but you can take other real casual tours in there. And it really is kind of breathtaking, and that's again down near Bowling Green. I think to get a good sampling of the state, and again, depending on your interest, and because it is so easy to navigate through the state, 3 to 4 days, I think gives you, and depending on what time of year you come in, you can sample the horses, whether it's taking in races at one of our tracks or visiting a farm, do some distillery tours, hit some of our smaller towns, our quaint, beautiful small towns, and yeah, 3 to 4 days I think is a good way to see a lot of what Kentucky has to offer. I want to invite all of our Brazilian friends to come visit us in Kentucky and see why we're the bourbon capital of the world, the horse capital of the world. I can guarantee you will have a great experience and you will come back again.